Shalom, shalom. Salakia, just give me 1 second while I trying to load this on my computer, but YouTube is doing. Oh, this is very interesting to me. Let me show you what is happening when I try to load this. All right, as you can see here. All right, this is the stream right here. All right, and I'm trying to load onto it, and then boom, this is what keeps happening whenever I try to load onto the stream. So y'all could already see, you know, it hasn't even been what 2 minutes into the stream, and YouTube is already. I don't know why it's not letting me see it, but hey. So long as y'all can see it, you know, it's all right. You know, it's all right. We know the devil's gonna do what the devil gotta do anyway. So, I mean, it is what it is, you know. But hey, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ruchak, Wadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. All right. Wanted to go into this lesson. All right, dealing with you know, we are close now. I was you know, speaking with you know, the brother Haran early today, you know, and just looking at what was happening. I was the elder Atazom had done a video, okay, on the central bank basically saying that they're headed in that direction, you know, hinting at coming out with a central bank digital currency, okay, which they're saying that, you know, they want to make it available for public use, you know, so on and so forth. And you know, whenever we understand that whenever they start hinting at something, they hint at something, it's not, they don't really care if you guys are with it or not. These elites are not up there you know, saying, oh, we hope, you know, we hope that the masses of the people are, you know, in love with our plan, and if they're not, we're not gonna do it. Clearly that's a lie, because they're gonna do it anyway. All right. And so they just say that, you know, as the saying goes, basically the boiling frog method, you know, where you put a frog in you know, like lukewarm water, and you slowly turn up the heat. You don't put the frog in boiling water. You got to put it in the lukewarm water and slowly turn up the heat. And that's how these devils move with gradualism. So they do it. They, you know, it's something people know about digital currencies, but now the talks and talks, there's more and more talks of it. And then they start saying, well, we want to start, you know, experimenting. We want to start bringing it into our society. You know, what do you think? You know, hinting at it, what in the back of their minds, they know, they're like, look, regardless of whether you people are down with it or not, we're going to do it. And we know that that's what they're going to do, because according to prophecy, that's what they have to do. See, it's not by coincidence that now they're talking about making a central bank digital currency and pushing more and more towards it. All right, it's no coincidence, because what's left, all right, are these prophecies pertaining to the mark and pertaining to that World War III. So that's why you had that whole situation over there with Israel and Hamas. All right, Israel, Gaza, all in that east area. Remember, the scriptures say that ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. All right, but the end is not yet, because there's still other prophecies that have to take place before that. Okay, remember, the scriptures say that when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord is going to lift up a standard against them. All right, remember, it says that in Matthew 24 that some of us are going to be delivered up. You know, remember, it talks about in Revelation 13 that, you know, they're going to try to chip the whole world, but we're close. All right, it doesn't take 3, 5, 10 years, all right, you know, for this. See, we're hastening the day of these prophecies. These devils are also hastening the time of their agenda to put it, to usher it into place. All right, Yahweh Shai is hastening the day of his return. So nobody's really trying to stay here in this state any longer than we have to. All right, now this is the book of Micah chapter 2 verse 1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. You know, and the closer we get, the harder it'll be. Okay, the more demons are gonna mess with you. All right, mess with your thoughts. Okay, mess with you. Hey, look, like I mentioned in a previous stream, that these demons are intelligent, you know, and they know, you know, how to try and get you. Okay, so the closer we get, the less time they have to try and weed you out. Remember, as the Lord told Peter, that Satan hath desired to sift you. And that wasn't just to Peter, all right? That's really to all of us now who are in this truth, who are holding and keeping the faith of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Satan and his demons have desired to sift us. The same way we have desire to wake up the elect and gain salvation, they have desire to sift us because it is their job. That's what they're created to do, all right? And they want to please the Most High, all right, by fulfilling their duties to the best of their ability. All right, hey, shalom to all you, you know, brothers, elders, sisters, you know, all you watching. All right, sincere listeners, and that's what they want to do. Okay, so the closer and closer we get, you know, keep in mind this whole, I don't even know how to code it, the stab and jab or however you want to call it. This whole situation, you know, it seemed as though, you know, it's kind of the draconian measures of it haven't really been forced yet. All right, but that's because right now they're doing that get down or lay down. So right now we in the get down process, and people are getting down. You know, they're getting down gladly. But what's gonna happen after that? You're gonna have those that refuse to get down, and it's gonna be easier for them to spot out who doesn't want to get down, and then they're gonna try to come and make you lay down. All right, so don't be deceived and think, well, you know, I mean, it's out right now. Some people have it, some people don't. And I'm still able to do blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's for now. Okay, that's for now, you know. But regardless, these are all signs that we are closer to the end than we think. Okay? Because the Most High could speed things up just like that. You know? Something that you would think could take 6 months, the Most High can make it take 3 months. You know? So at any point in time, the Most High could just speed the whole thing up and just literally like warp speed us, all right, into the mist of prophecy, because these last prophecies are intertwined. All right, they're intertwined. So the second one domino falls, the cycle is gonna go full speed, man. That's why it says in Habakkuk 2 that when it comes, it's not gonna tarry. All right. So it says in Micah 2:1, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. So when they're coming out and telling you, oh, you know, we want to, number one, all of a sudden, they're about to disclose information on UFOs. Come now, how close are we? Okay, they're about to, because in order for them to fight against these the chariots, they first have to disclose the chariot. But you know what? We told you this. We told you that what they're gonna come and do is they're gonna say, yes, they are real, but there's the big but, okay? They're hostile, but they're something. They're a threat. Right? They're a national security threat. We gotta watch out for them. We gotta, you know, this, that, and the third. All right, we gotta watch out for them. We gotta make sure that we're prepared. We gotta make sure that we got, you know what I'm saying, we're ready in case they decide to invade or attack or whatnot. We already expect them, because according to Revelation 12, there's going to be a war. But that's how this devil moves. So anyway, now let's start off. The precept I wanted to start off with here is Romans chapter 13, verse 11. All right. And this is the spirit to be in, man. It says, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. Okay. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. So before coming into this truth, we were asleep, right? We were in that mindset of just basically being in the matrix, right? We were asleep, but we were awake, you know, like dealing with the matrix. When they unplugged Neo, right? For those who've watched the movie, when they unplugged him from the matrix, physically, I think he was in a pod or a tube or something, if I remember correctly, but he was in a sleep-like mode. You know, but in his mind, you know, in the matrix, he was quote unquote awake. All right. And that was us in the world. You know, of course, we were walking around. We weren't physically asleep, but spiritually, to the real world, we were asleep. Okay. But as it's saying here in Romans 13 and 11, that knowing the time, it is high time to awake out of sleep, because we know that this time is the last time. All right. We know that this time, hey, like I always say, man, this time is gonna be this is like a once in a eternity time, you know, that's never gonna come again. Okay, there's nothing that's ever happened that's gonna be like it. All right, this is that time. This is the final. If you wanna put in those terms, it's like the playoffs, but the finals of the playoffs, in terms of the way the prophecies are set up. Okay, so it is high time to awake out of sleep. All right, and it's time to kick into overdrive. All right, we're close. That means that the time is short. That means the time to do works is shorter. All right. It says, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. And we believe that it's close. But it's saying here that it's nearer than what we believe. Okay? And like I said, at any moment, that's how prophecy works. It just sparks out of nowhere. You know, when you take the whole situation with Israel, for example, that sparked out of nowhere. Okay? But that's also part of wars and rumors of wars. Now, they claim to have a ceasefire now, but guess what? Even if they do, you know, they claim is official and da-da-da, whether it lasts or not, it is still ruffled feathers. It is still, you know, thrown shots out and affected other nations as well. Turkey, the U.S. It shows where the U.S. stands. All right. It shows where Turkey stands. It shows where Russia is at. It shows where these other nations are at. Because you got people throwing Iran up in there. they cannot stay away from Iran. But that's is because of prophecy. Everything that happens, they just got to Iran. You know what I'm saying? Something goes down in Antarctica, Iran. You know? All right, so let me read verse 12. It says, the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying. And that's what people do in the world. Okay, but we know that upon the return of the Lord, upon the fulfillment of these last prophecies, people in the world are going to be destroyed. All right, so let us walk honestly as in the day. Let us not be entangled with the affairs of this world, because it's only going to drag you, all right, off of your watch. All right, verse 14 says, but put ye on the Lord Yahushua Mashiach, and not provision, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. All right, and what a lot of people are about to find out is when these prophecies hit, man, everybody's going to be looking out for themselves. All right, as it says in what's that Isaiah 13. All right, that it shall be as a chased roll. All right, as a sheep that no man taketh up, and everybody's going to flee to their own people, to their own lands. So when these things hit, everybody's going to be looking for somewhere to put their heads. Ain't nobody going to be trying to look out for you and well, what's going on? These Christians going to be popping out. What's going on? You're going to have a Bible in your hand asking me what's going on? You know? What do you mean what's going on? You got all the answers, right? You know? You guys know it all. So you guys should, you know, really, when all hell breaks loose, these so-called Christians should be leading the way. Yes, they open the Bibles and start leading the way. Yes, this is what. And you know what's funny, when you watching a lot of these movies, whenever like maybe a zombie apocalypse, a virus outbreak, a chaos, a power outage, a lot of people gather like a rallying point in churches. Okay, all of a sudden. Mans has never gone to church before, but he's up in the church, front row seat, you know. Hey, oh, pastor, priest, you know. Jesus, looking at the little, those little, the rosaries and then the little images in the churches and stuff, and everybody's putting them, oh Lord, you know, filling up churches. You know, you even gonna have atheists running up into churches for what though? You know, you ain't read the scripture that says the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands. All right. So now moving on, this is the book of Luke 21 and 28. It says, and when you read in the verses above, all right, it tells you about the things that will be happening, all right, as signs that of the Lord's return. Okay, so as it says in Luke 21 and 28, and when these things begin to come to pass, so when they start happening, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. All right, and that's going to be the return of Yahushua, because as he said, the day of my redeemed. Who's he coming to redeem? He's coming to redeem his brethren. All right, from this bondage that we're in. He's coming to buy us back. Since no man, all right, was gonna buy us pursuant to Deuteronomy 28 and 68, he's coming to do that. He's coming to redeem us because he's our brethren. All right, which you, according to the law, you can do that. So he's coming to redeem us. All right, our redemption draweth nigh. So we gotta rejoice. All right, because that's how close we are. We don't even understand how close we are. Okay, because when you think of the magnitude of what's about to happen, even if it was a year would seem short. You know, a year would seem short because this is about to be a eternal change. Okay, and these people are not ready for it, man. All right, they're not ready for it. A lot of people are in the mindset of fun and games. They're playing games. Okay, they're playing make believe. That's what they're doing. All right, we take this thing very seriously. So this is the book of Ezekiel 33, and I start at 31. Matter of fact, I start at 30. It says, also, thou son of man, the children of thy people are still talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh from the Lord. And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they show much love, but their heart goeth after their covetousness. See, so hey, peace, shalom, hey, oh, you know, it's all lip service. Anybody can do lip service, okay? But it says their heart, their mind goeth after their covetousness. They want to do what they want to do, you know. When it comes down to it, they can say, oh, I'm all for it. Do you believe in the Lord? Yeah, I believe in the Lord. Hey, how many times have you seen a video where a brother or hey, when the elder Manasseh Akbar does those the walking talks, and he's like around people, and he asks them, you know, do you believe in the Most High, or do you believe in the Bible? This majority of people, oh yeah, of course. And then he'll ask him a question from it, and then all of a sudden all hands will go down. Oh yeah, nah, yeah. That's in what's that? Philippians 15 and 1. You know, like what? You know, but it's just you know, oh yeah, I'm a believer. Everybody, it feels good. They feel good to say that. That's why a lot of people identify as Christians, because they feel like they're a part of something, even though they don't know, they don't have a damn clue what it's about. Okay, I'm a Christian. Okay, go into break things down, explain things, you know. But like it says, their heart goeth after their covetousness, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not. So they like to hear it, you know. They like oh, you, hey man, look, you put you put woman in your title, whoo, everybody's there to listen, you know. You know, you going in on this, you going in on that, you slicing somebody up. Why do you think a lot of these other groups, you know, you'll go on a video, you see a day ago, you see like 5K views, you know, or 10K views, you know, because the way it's titled, because of the content, so to speak, you know. You know, Edomite bows down under the authority of the Israelite priests, you know, and then you got the staff and the scriptures and the mean face, you know, you got an Edomite like in the corner, you know, and then people see that, oh yeah, what's that about? Click, you know. But when it actually comes to the educational, informative videos on what you should do and serving the Lord, that's a different story. They don't want to do that. Okay, it says verse 33, but here's the kicker. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. So when these prophecies, that's that is talking about, these prophecies, the lamentations, the woes, the destruction, all right, the moment of the hour of temptation, the time when your options are going to be little to none. It says, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. So when these things start coming to pass, that's when they're going to start considering, yo, hold up, oh shit, you know. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but bro, I think we got time. Okay. When they start, look, man, now every 2 seconds there's a commercial on that, right? That the thing that, you know, there's a commercial on it every 2 seconds. Go get it, go get it, go get it. Have you got it? If you haven't, go get it. You know, freaking what's that dude's name? Bill De Blasio, I think that's his name. He's out here doing a freaking press conference or whatever, talking about eating fries and a burger. Man, y'all gotta see that video, man. Trying to promote the thing, you know, saying that if you get it, you can get he said you can get these fries and a what, and a burger. Look at this. He's like this. Look at this. You see this right here? I want you to think of this when you think of that. You know, he's like, I'm getting a real good feeling about, you know, right now. And I'm looking at it, but the point is, before what, 2019, all right, you ain't seen none of this. Okay? If you are observant, all right, and you're not like the frog that's being boiled, if you're a smart frog, you jumping out the pot already. You're already out the pot. Because you're like, hold up, no. The water ain't boiling, but I know that the water's hotter than it was freaking 2 minutes ago. So I know that I see a pattern. You know, something is happening. This water's getting hot, and I'm finna get out. You know, so if you are a smart frog, you're jumping out that pot. These other dumbass frogs, they in there. Nah. 5 more minutes. This shit it feels nice. You know, they in there, and then eventually they're gonna get boiled. The point is, when you look at maybe a year or two back, masks were not normal. You would look weird if you were walking around society with a mask on. People think you're sick. People, why the hell? What's up? You know, is it Halloween? Okay, everything they're showing now wasn't the way it was. But all of a sudden, out of nowhere, right? Commercials left and right, billboards, everything has been geared towards that. So it's not gonna be a impossible task when next thing you know, the commercials, instead of them talking about the stab and jab, they're gonna be talking about that digital currency. You know, that digital wallet. Did you get your wallet? You know, get it now, you know, and get a $300 advance, you know, digital dollars, whatever the case may be. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it on billboards. Celebrities gonna be promoting it. You know, it's gonna be on TV the same way you'll see a commercial about Visa or MasterCard. You're gonna see a commercial about the chip. All right, about things you can do with it. You know, they play the music in the background. The day I got my chip, you know. I used to lose my keys all the time. You know, my card breaks, I lose my ID, and I have to go through this long process. But with the chip, life is so much easier. Just scan it and go. And then they're going to be showing it. You know, get your chip today. They're going to start, and you're going to see it. You're going to be, oh, shit. You know, but that's going to be prophecy right in front of you. So it doesn't take 10, 20, 30 years for these things to come to pass. That's why we're closer now than ever. Okay? And when that happens, if you go to a store that says we only take card, but you only got cash, so you don't have an option there. If you want to shop there, you gotta do what they say. You gotta bring the currency they accept. So that's what they're gonna start doing. All right, and whether you like it or not, that's gonna be society. Now we're gonna be super close, but there's a reason it's called the hour of temptation, because the closer we get, the harder it'll be, the more tempting it'll be. All right, if you're doing a workout, like you know, especially those workouts that like involve endurance, you know, maybe like wall sits or like plank, you know, or something that they tell you to hold. If you notice, the closer you get to, maybe they say 5 seconds left, all of a sudden that shit gets super hard. You know, the closer you get to the end, the harder it is. You know, the more you're tempted to just stop. All right, but that's what society's about to be like, man. And that's why we're gonna need the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. So it says, 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs, which I have told thee before. So now this means that you have to know the signs. Okay? It's on you. If you don't know the signs, how are you going to measure the times and identify when you see these signs? You have to know the prophecies. You have to understand these prophecies. You got to know, what is this talking about? All right? How does this apply to us? You know? How do you filter what was written thousands of years ago through what's happening in today's day and age? Okay? And how do you measure the times? Because when you read the prophecies, it says this is going to happen, then this is going to happen, and this is going to happen. So you got to look, all right, well, what are these news articles saying? What are these other countries saying? What are they pushing towards? Okay. And then you link it up. Okay, well, if they're talking about a digital currency, all right, we know that eventually they're going currency is used to buy and sell. So then, okay, the Revelation 13 and 16 is talking about buying and selling. Okay, and if they want to take it digital, well, so you're measuring the times based on the prophecies. Okay, and when you start seeing these signs, verse 2 says, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time, meaning that time that you're living in, that you're seeing these signs, that's going to be the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And that's going to really start with Jacob's trouble, all right, and it's going to lead into the kingdom. But the visitation of the Lord is not going to be, the Lord ain't going to have a pleasant reaction when he returns or when he visits the earth. Okay, it says verse 3, therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people, trust me, there's a whole lot of earthquakes happening in the world. All right, if you have if you go on like a website that keeps track of earthquakes that happen, there's an incredible amount of earthquakes that take place around the world in diverse places. Okay, and you can see the trend going up. It says, "And uproars of the people in the world." Now, going back maybe a year or two ago, because every now and then, there will be a reason. You'll read on the news, the president did something, or there was a botched election or something, and then people just start rioting. And you look maybe a year, some change ago, people just started going crazy out of nowhere, And I remember, I remember Apostle Tahar would put clips up. I think he would say Haiti on fire, then Greece on fire, then Israel on fire, because these different nations were just wilding out. Okay, uproars of the people in different parts of the world. Okay, the whole BLM situation. Okay, hey, last summer was an example, and that wasn't just here in Babylon. Okay, but these are signs. All right, so it says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee. So that means that these things that are happening, the Most High spoke of them before us, before we even came on the scene right now. All right, it says, even from the beginning, like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. All right, now, actually, let's do this. Let's look up the word manifest. So it says manifest, it says clear or obvious to the eye or mind. Okay? It says in the verb sense, display or show a quality or feeling by one's acts or appearance, demonstrate. All right, so it says here clear or obvious to the eye or mind. Synonyms: plain, okay, evident, all right, explicit, unquestionable, all right, unmistakable. So what was being what the angel was telling Ezra here, Shalom Zakon. So what the angel was telling Ezra here is that when you see these things come to pass, you gonna know, all right, that just like everything has a beginning and an end, the end of this time, 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, for Esau is the end of the world. The end of this time is manifest, meaning it's unmistakable. All right, it's obvious to the eyes or to the mind. Okay, it's clear, it's irrefutable, and that's why you'll notice that our confidence is going up and up and up. Because these prophecies are, hey, it takes a lot of faith, for you to push and to believe something when it seems like there's literally no evidence in the world of what you're talking about. Like when you go back all those years, like during the time of the elders and their elders, when they were new in the truth, and they were out there teaching and stuff, and imagine them, they're telling people, oh, hey, this place is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles. They're going to set up these camps, these concentration camps. They're going to come out and start chipping people. And people looking around like, the chip part, yeah, I seen that in the movie before, but all the other stuff, man, what you talking about? You know, you talking about these countries are gonna do this. You talking about Second Ezra's 15 is gonna be happening. I don't ain't what you mean? Everything is all Gucci. And this was like what 30 years ago, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, you know, 10 years ago. So you're saying these things, and literally you're talking about geopolitical tensions. You're talking about new digital currencies. You're talking about prophecies that now are evident, but now they're evident. Back then, you know, they weren't evident to the obvious eye, right? So imagine that. You know, imagine you're trying to tell somebody that how much faith it would take, because they're going to really look at you like you're crazy. But now people are sort of like, what you're saying doesn't sound so crazy after all. I just don't want to believe it. Not that it's unbelievable, not that you know, because it makes sense, but I just don't want to believe it. And what's happening is we're getting bolder and bolder in the spirit, because these things are getting clearer and clearer. Okay? And people are seeing it more and more, and they're starting to, in their mind, see, you have that doubt, but you have denial. And people, at first, they were confident in their doubt. They were happy. Ignorance is bliss. But now they're getting scared, so now they're shifting gears into denial. You know? Nah, that can't be that. Nah, it gotta be something else. What? So they'll see something like what just happened in with Israel shooting the rockets and stuff, and they'll be like, oh shit, you know, damn, maybe these guys, hey, they were talking about war. They were talking about Israel and all that. Damn, maybe, you know. And then they'll hear the ceasefire. Whew, man. Whew, shit. I knew it. Man, you guys are bugging. That's the same thing that happened throughout this demic, right? This all demic, all right, which that's what the word means. But or that's another way to say the word. When that happened, everybody was biting their fingernails. Damn, yo, they got us all on lockdown. You know, they're talking about, you know, your kids having to stay in school overnight. They might, you know, hold them. They're talking about isolation, this and that. So people are like, wait, are these the concentration camps they were talking about? You know, are they going to start forcing? Are they going to, oh my gosh, right? So they're on the edge of their seat, and then soon, whatever it is, it calms down, and then where we're at today. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, man. So they're in denial. And they're happy that way, because now they're like, oh, well, guess what? We're good. You know, we're good. They let their guard down again. We're good, man. I thought these guys were right. I actually believed them for a second. You know, I got scared for a second. I thought, man, nah. We good. I'm going to go take my shot, and I'm going to go back to everything like it was normal. You know what that is? Let's go to that. Let's go to what that is. That's the book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 5, verse... I'll start at 1. So it says, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. We know that when this hell breaks loose, it ain't supposed to be where everybody expects it. Okay? So it makes sense, because now people's guards are lower now than they were prior, because they're like, well, our guards were at a decent level, but during this situation, our guards went up so high, we were so on edge. Come to find out, nothing happened, and then our shit just dropped all the way down. You know, because now that's that relief. Oh man, I'm glad it wasn't what they were talking about, but we know. Okay, and then what is that doing? That's putting them in the mindset of peace and safety. Okay, just when you think things are gonna go back to the way they were, you know, we're transitioning back into it. Hey, things are opening back up. You know, if I get my thing, I could, you know, go and I'm fine and da. Guess what? Verse 2 says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, when they say peace and safety, not when they're on their guard and everybody's looking like, all right, what's about to happen? You know, because then they expect it. But when they shall say peace and safety, when you're in a mindset of peace and safety, your guard is down, right? Your guard is down. Okay, you're not, you know, hey, look, if you on vacation, right? If you're on vacation in maybe some island somewhere, all right, Fiji, and they bring you freaking coconuts with straws in it, and you sipping and you having a good time. when you lay down to go to bed, you are gonna sleep. You're gonna not. You're not. Your eyes ain't. What's happening? You knocked out. Now, let's say you were in a scene out of freaking The Walking Dead or something, and it's night, and you hearing in the background and shit. You think you're gonna be knocked out like if you were on vacation? No, you could barely sleep. But every 2 seconds, your eyes gonna open. You know, you gonna grab your knife or whatever under your pillow, like you're ready. Any footsteps you hear, you ready. Your guard is not down. Okay, but on Fiji, you ain't got no worries. You in that peace and safety. Oh, it's safe. Who the hell's gonna attack me on an island in Fiji where I'm drinking freaking coconut water? You know, I'm getting massages all day. That's that peace and safety. And that's when your guard is down. So we know that the day of the Lord is gonna come when you on Fiji. When you over there in Fiji sipping out that coconut water, that's when the shit is gonna hit you. It ain't gonna hit you when you suspect it. When every 2 seconds your eyes are open. No. Alright? Because the Lord wants it to hurt. So verse 3 says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. You know, the second your guard drops, hey, if you like, for example, boxing, man, you know, when it gets to that later rounds and it's hard, your shoulders are hurting, it's hard to keep your guard up. And then your opponent, if he's nice with it, he's waiting for the second your guard drops and he's going to hit you with a quick strike. You know, if he's going to set you up for it or if he's just going to wait for it, he's going to look for the perfect opportunity. And when your guard is down, that strike is going to come quick and suddenly. And it's going to be powerful too because he's trying to knock you out. So when you let your guard down, you in that peace and safety. Oh, okay. I guess maybe I was just paranoid. You know, it's okay. Your worst fear is what's about to happen to you. All right. If you don't know what kind of things I'm talking about, go read the book of Wisdom of Solomon 17, Wisdom of Solomon 18. Okay. Read about some horrific things that have happened in the past. Read about some world history. You know, read about the different genocides, the different famines, the different diseases. Read about all those things and then put them all together, all right, as if it was one of the scariest movies that have ever been made, and then raise that to, I don't even know how many times 100 million, okay? And then maybe you'll get a rough idea of what Jacob's trouble will be like. All right, so it says, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. All right? You're not going to have enough time to put your guard back up. Okay? Verse 4 says, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Now, don't get it twisted. Just because you know what's going to happen does not mean that when you're in it, you're not going to be as, you know what I'm saying, you're not going to feel anything. Of course, we're humans. We're in the flesh. Some shit hits, we going to be like, yo, that's crazy. You know, like, instinctively, you might want to run. You know, you might be like, all right, hold up. let me cut that corner real quick. All right. But it's not going to be as bad because, let me actually pull up this precept here. All right, the book of Isaiah, chapter 36, verse, 33, Slakia. Isaiah 33, verse 6. All right, so now, because the scriptures say that the righteous are going to be quiet for fear of evil. All right, so we're going to be quiet, but it doesn't mean that we're not going to feel some type of fear. What you think this is, man? What you think this is? You think you're going to see the power of the Lord, and you, all right, you know, you see some crazy ass things. All right, no, we're gonna be like, oh, whoa, Lord, the water that we are not, you know what I'm saying, on the receiving end of that. All right, so this is Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord is his treasure. So when we're in these times, a part of us is still going to be shook, but we're not going to be in disarray because we're going to know what's happening. Okay? We're going to know what's happening. We're going to understand that, all right, okay, this is supposed to happen. We're going to know what to look for next. We're going to know to avoid certain areas. Okay? And then on top of that, the Spirit of the Lord is going to be, you know, with us. All right? Lord willing, we be of that number. We're going to be guided. Okay? Things are going to happen. Look, man, the Lord knows how to look out for you more than you could ever look out for yourself. Because you can't see behind your head. You can't see behind you. You can only see over here. All right. And if your eyes are closed, you have no idea what's going on. But the Most High does. So the Lord said He's going to take care of us. That's the best protection you can have. All right. Shalom, shalom. This is Yahweh the Maccabees 144. Proverbs 1 and 33. It says, but whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and that's the one, the water, shall be quiet from fear of evil. See? So look, man. Look, I'll tell you this right now. If I see some brutal judgment going out on a wicked individual, I'm not going to be the one to jump out there on some Captain Save-A-Hole. You know? Lord, no, hold up. You know? The freaking thunder, the lightning is coming. A wild-ass beast is about to tear this wicked-ass individual up. You know? Because, hey, look, if you're not wicked, the Lord is going to preserve you. But if you are wicked and here it is, one of your ass cheeks is gone because there's a wild ass pit bull freaking tearing your ass up, and you get in judgment, the Spirit is not telling me to do something to help you, I'm not going to jump in front of you. The precept said they're going to be quiet for fear of evil. So you're not going to jump out there, oh Lord, let me beseech you on behalf of these wicked individuals. Because you don't know if that person getting judged, they could have been somebody that walked by and was cursing you out. You know, they could have been somebody that was talking hella smack. Somebody that might have seen a video and might have just, I don't know, went and just said the most, I mean, just complete adulterers, idolaters. I mean, wicked of the wicked. You don't know. So you just see somebody getting judged. You want to be a Captain Save-A-Hole? You might get your ass cheeks bitten off. I ain't gonna jump in front of I ain't jumping in no train. I'm not jumping like in the movie I Am Legend, all right, where I think there was a scene. It's been not I Am Legend. The Book of Eli, and it's been a while since I watched it. But if I remember, there was a scene where there was a lady, and it was a setup really, and they made it look like she was in need of help. Oh, help, please help! And she was trying to bait the main character into going there. And if he went there, then you know the guys that she was working with would have pulled up and they would have got the dude, you know. But if I remember correctly, I think he avoided it, and then you know, he found out, you know, he was like, yo, this is why I didn't do it. We're gonna be like him, you know. Yo, all right, my fault. Nah, I'm out. You know, yeah, I'm out that way. I'm going that way. I'm going the way the Spirit, all right, is directing me to go. I'm not jumping in front of judgment. I'm not coming out there. Oh Lord, please hold up. Let's sort it out. What's going on? What is this? Cause what you think is gonna happen to you? You think the Most High had a miscalculation? The angel go, hold up. What's her name again? Felicia? Oh shit. Ah, damn. She was on the no destroy list. Thought it said destroy. My bad. You gonna turn around with his sword? Hell no. The Most High doesn't make miscalculations. If Felicia's getting cut up and torn up, that means it was her judgment to get cut up and torn up. And it's your job to do what the Lord is leading you to do. Don't go out of your way to wrestle judgment. Don't go out your way to try and, because guess what? You gonna get hurt. And the matter of fact, I think there's a scripture that says that meddle not, all right, in matters that concern thee not. Let's see. Because you gotta understand that in the time of Jacob's trouble, it's gonna be so deadly and brutal that every decision you make, if it's not spiritual, as the scriptures say, the just shall live by faith. If it's not spiritual, a split-second decision of carnality could get you, if you don't get killed, it could get you very hurt. You know, and the Lord might do that to you for you to learn a lesson. If you're like an individual that's just like, oh no, because you know, sometimes, oh no, we have to help them. You know, they look like they're in need of help. Go watch The Purge. All right? But if you're like that, the Lord might do something. You try helping them and something happens to you, then you realize, look, it's not everybody that you help. Especially in that time, man. The Most High said, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai has judgment going out. Okay? So you pray and you just keep it pushing, man. If you come across somebody and the Spirit is like, yo, you know, take them with you or whatever the case may be, the Lord will set it up. But you know what's beautiful is that, man, if this individual, even if they're like, yo, you're not trying to go with me, I'm gonna just follow you. The Most High people don't understand the power of the Lord. You realize that I could be walking down the street, and you could say, well, you good, so I'm gonna be with you. And the Most High is not, the Most High doesn't want you. It doesn't, you could literally be walking right next to me, and a random bullet could just come and shoot you in the head. Or a freaking, hail the size of a freaking a basketball could just come and land on your dome. And next thing you know, I took one step, and then you just got crushed, literally right next to me. The Most High can do that. There's no way to escape the judgment of the Lord. And that's what we're about to see very soon. When the Lord starts bringing inescapable judgment, you in pain that's not going to stop. You're suffering, man. Oh, my Lord. I do not want to be, I want no parts of that, man. Absolutely no parts. See, there's no tough guy act when it comes to the Lord. You better humble down, man. You better, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no tough guy act when it comes to the Lord, man, because the Lord will humble your ass, man. All right, so it says, let's see some precepts on here. Yep, this is Yahweh the Maccabees 144, Micah 7 and 10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God? Mine eyes shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. Because see, a lot of people don't put respect on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. They don't put respect on the names of Yahweh Yahushai. But the Lord is going to get his respect. And that's going to be through destruction. People act like the Most High doesn't, like he doesn't know what death is. Like he doesn't know what killing is. He's just, he has the gloves on and he just like, oh no, like he's the nice guy. There ain't no such thing, man. The most evil, the highest level of evil comes from the Lord, just as the highest level of good comes from the Lord. Nobody can surpass the Most High in terms of evil, and nobody can surpass the Most High in terms of good. So, if you got it in your mind that Jesus, God, love, sweetness, you got another thing coming. All right? Nobody can get as angry as the Most High. And nobody's anger is more deadly than the Most High's anger. And we know what the Lord said. Isaiah 13. That the day of the Lord is going to come cruel with wrath and fierce anger. All right? And when that time comes, there's not going to be mercy. The mercy is preordained. All right? And if you haven't been set up to receive that mercy, you ain't going to get that mercy. And if you don't get that mercy, man. All right? We'll just leave it at that, man. This is Yahweh the Maccabees 144, 2 Ezra 16 and 74. Here, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. So those days of trouble are at hand. And you know that these people are not prepared, man. We're close, but that means a lot of things. Okay, we're close. That means these prophecies are coming to pass. Mainly, Yahushua is about to return, and we're about to get delivered. Yes, that's good. But what else does that mean? That means that destruction is coming. That means Jacob's trouble is closer. Okay, that means that the Lord is going to perform miracles on behalf of his elect to deliver them. But that also means that great judgments are coming for those that are not of the Lord's elect. Okay, so the days of trouble are at hand. All right. It says, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide. And people are about to find out the hard way. And these people are not prepared in the slightest. Not even close. Look at what happened with the whole gas situation, the pipeline thing, for an example. I mean, that just shows you, like, the level that people are on. Survival instincts are in the negatives. Okay? These people, I mean, they're literally the Walking Dead. They don't have any, I mean, just damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you know? And for somebody like that, your best bet would be to seek the Lord. Even if you had the best survival instincts, it's not going to matter, you know? But these people have just, they're gone. They're quick to get angry. They act before they think. They do things that are very stupid, and then later on they find out that they shouldn't have done it. They're easy to manipulate. That's why these elites refer to you as goyim, as cattle, because you're literally like cattle. These elites actually believe that the common individual is not capable of comprehending the level of, or the plans that these elites have in place. That's why we're the threat, because they're like, those guys are the problem. They don't have a herd mentality. They don't follow the crowd. So guess what? When the crowd hates us, guess what? That's a good thing, because the crowd are a bunch of dumbass sheep, a bunch of cattle. So when they hate you, that means they hate you because you're not going with the crowd. You're not following a multitude to do evil. And to the elites, they're like, yeah, that's a threat. We control the mob. Now, if the mob hates this individual because he's not going with the mob, we got to watch him, because we can't control him because he's not going with the mob. He's the problem. We got to get rid of him. We got to do something about him. All right? And that's what they feel really about the Lord's elect. But right now, it's sort of like a stalemate, because ain't nobody going to touch them, all right, until the Lord does. But they can't touch us, you know? And that's the beautiful thing about fighting in the spirit, is that our defense and attack are always up. We can defend while attacking. These elites, they can't attack. I mean, they can't defend against the spiritual, and they can't attack in the spiritual. Their only weapon is carnality. All right, and only an average, you know, peon is going to believe what it is that they tell them. All right, so now let's go back to the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 9. Left off at verse 5. So it says, for like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. So the end is apparent. The end is irrefutable. Okay? And what are you going to say when they actually make that chip a thing, man? What are you going to say? Oh my gosh. You know? Now what? That's the question. Now what? You know what we're going to tell you? Go to the sellers and buy. But oh, sorry, the sellers ain't selling no more. You know? So it says, verse 6, even so the times of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works, and endings and signs and effects and signs. And every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works, okay, and by faith, whereby ye have believed. Because how do you believe? By having faith. But how do you show your faith? By doing works. Faith without works is dead. What's your proof that you have faith? Lip service ain't gonna cut it. You know, faith is shown. You know, you don't tell people you have faith, you show people you have faith. Okay? And actions are visible. Words, you can hear them, but you can't see words. Actions are more seen. Okay? So faith without works, faith without actions is dead. So that's why it says they're going to be able to escape by their works and by faith. Okay? Because their works are going to prove their faith, and that faith is going to prove their belief. Okay? And it says, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. See how special the elect are? That from the beginning, the Lord has said nothing was going to happen to you. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter, literally. That's the beautiful dynamic of the elect, is that they could do anything and they'll still be delivered, but they won't do anything. You know, the elect could freaking, let's just hypothetically speaking, the elect could do wickedness but would still be delivered because they've been elected to be delivered, but they wouldn't do wickedness because they're the elect, if that makes sense. Like you could do wickedness and still be delivered, but because you're the elect, you're not gonna do wickedness. You know, and it's crazy. And if you're not of the elect, you could attempt to do righteousness, but you won't be delivered. Why? Because you're not gonna be able to do that righteousness. That's hey man, it's crazy how the Lord set it up. You know, but it says so the Lord said, I've sanctified them for me from the beginning. I've hallowed them. I've made them special. You know, That's why they have a different spirit than the rest of the world. They have the elect have a different spirit than the rest of Israel. You have the Israel of God, and then you have the rest of the nation. But the elect are like the higher level. They're on a higher level than the rest, all right, of the nation. Okay? It says, verse 9, then shall they be in pitiful case. All right? And pitiful, you want to know, let's look that up. All right? Because we know the meaning of these words, but when you actually read the definition and you get synonyms, all right, you know, it makes the picture clearer. Right? So it says deserving or arousing pity, sad, piteous, pitiable, pathetic, all right, disturbing, wretched, saddening, okay, lamentable. So the Lord says, then these people are going to be in that case. They're going to be in a sad case. They're going to be in a case that it is so sad that seeing it will make you want to cry, right? And it says, which have now abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. So you despise the way of the Lord. You cast it away. You didn't want anything to do with it. All right. You're going to be in a case that's so bad that we would want to feel bad for you. But we can't do nothing. We're not going to be able to, because see, we're not the ones handing out deliverance. You know, like Oprah, you get some, he gets some, everybody gets some. We're not the ones handing out deliveries. We trying to get delivered, right? I can't deliver you. I'm trying to get deliverance for myself. So when you're in a case where, you know, even if we felt bad for you, we can't do anything for you. You know? Because you got to be careful. Here it is. The Lord is pissed off at this individual. He's bringing some mean-ass judgment, and you try to open your mouth to pray for this person, the Lord might just get tight at you. You know? That's like if you know, if somebody does something real foul, real angering, real blood boiling to you, and you're like, yo, you want to throw hands. You literally got this person right here. You about to knock them out, and somebody comes and holds your hand like, yo, chill, don't even do that. Nah, just relax. It's not even like that. And they're like trying to, you know, defend this person when this person, there's no way this person can be justified. You gonna get tight at the person holding you. You gonna be like, you might I might knock you out, and then I might knock this person out. Just because you're trying to plead for him. All right? Even though I have every right to knock this person out. So you got to be careful. You see some judgment going on, you might, you know, you might just want to stand clear. All right? So it says, verse 10, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. See, because of those benefits, because if you have too much, right, your mind is going to be focused on what you have. But if you have too little, your mind is going to be focused on what you don't have. But if you have just enough, your mind is going to be focused on this truth. All right? So these people, they have the benefits. You know, they oh yeah, I'm all right, you know. Things are all right. I'm good with this, you know. I'd rather, hey, if I'm going to die, YOLO, you know. I'd rather live my best life if I'm going to die anyway. And then they say that if I die, I die. Man, that's one of those things that when people say, man, I just look at them like, you know, I'm just like, if I die, I die. Do you understand what that means? You know, fear not. Hey, man, because they don't understand. They don't understand what level the Most High. You think the Most High gonna grant you a swift, easy death? If I die, I die. Yeah, whatever. Like I'm gonna just give up the ghost and that's it. No, the judgments. If the judgment was gonna be just like that, why would these 2/3 need to fear? Oh, just do all your wickedness, and then the Lord just gonna take your spirit out, and then you're just gonna wake up in the kingdom. No. You're gonna suffer. There are fates far worse than death, and there are certain deaths, man. There are certain things you go through, and you're gonna wish you could be put to death. The Lord can put you in such a situation that you could be somebody that loves your life to the death. Like you do anything to stay alive, and the Lord will put you in such a painful situation that you literally are gonna be begging for death. So when people say, if I die, I die, you know, or whatever happens, and that's not something you should be going around saying. You know, especially concerning if somebody's trying to warn you about the judgments of the Lord, you're gonna open your mouth and talk about if I die, I die, or whatever happens, happens. Man, it's those kind of people that the second a tiny little bit of pain touches them, they start losing it. You know, man, trust me, man. You don't want to be in that situation, man, because that's like you're gonna have to put your money where your mouth is. Oh, what it's whatever, right? Cool. So when it happens, you find yourself in like a scene out of Saw games, you know. They shackle you to a chair and they're freaking pulling. Hey man, you know. I did see a scene like that. They had a. I think the lady's hair was like she had long hair, and it was either braided or something, and the dude had it to a mechanism where it was like a wheel, and it would just keep pulling the hair, you know. So as the wheel kept going, the hair kept pulling, and then they had her head in a thing where it stayed still, so her head couldn't go back with it, and then it's pulling and pulling, and then it starts to scalp. It started pulling her hair out, and she's screaming and screaming. If I die, I die, right? It is what it is, you know. Whatever, right? It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. When you in a situation like that, you're not gonna be saying if I die, I die. You know, man. The Most High could do things, man. He could do a lot of. He could do a lot. He could cause a lot of torments for people, right? So they live a carefree life, right? Second Ezra 9 and 10. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. Neither did they care to know the Lord, neither did they attempt to know the Lord. Hold up. You don't want to know me, but you want me to deliver you? How the hell does that work? You know, when I was telling you, yo, you know, when my men were telling you, yo, seek me, you know, seek the Lord, repent, you didn't want to know me. But all of a sudden, you in need of help. Now you want to know me. Now I'm supposed to pull up and help you? What the hell you think the Lord is, man? This is an ambassador of Yahweh, Yahweh, Hebrews 10:31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, man. And that's a very true statement. That is a very true statement, man. The Most High's mind is extremely broad. So think of the most painful thing you could imagine yourself going through, and understand that your mind is like a tiny, not even a grain of sand compared to the Most High's mind. So if the most painful thing you can go through is the that's the best you could think of, it doesn't even compare to what the Most High could think of, man. That's why it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Most High, man. Verse 11, it says, and they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty. So the laws that were set to better you, you loathed it. And then the Lord gave you liberty. He gave you an opportunity to repent. He gave you a grace period. He sent the prophets out. He gave you the word. He gave you the warnings. He showed you the signs, right? You can't say the Lord is not fair. All right? Look at all those years. Look at all the years that we've been out teaching. The Lord is fair. We're everywhere. You can't say you didn't see us. There's been years. You can't say you never had time, you know? The Bibles, you could get a Bible for free. You can't say you never had access to it, you know. YouTube, everywhere. We're everywhere. So if you don't hear this word, it's not that you couldn't or you didn't have access to it. It's that you didn't. You refused. So you have no excuse. And it says, and therefore, Salakia, 11, it says, and they that have loathed my law, which had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. You despised repentance. We're telling you repent so that you can save your life. You repent so you won't have to die. And you despised it. What's going to happen? The same must know it after death by pain. All right? And therefore, be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created. See, so don't worry about how they're gonna get punished. Worry about, you know what I'm saying? Worry about the glory and the reward we're about to get. Put your mind on that. You know, run from the destruction, but at the same time, run towards the salvation. See? So in running, we're doing two things. We're running from the destruction, but we're also running towards the salvation. Whichever motivates you to run faster. All right, you know, if the destruction here is what's motivating you, you run faster. If it's the desire for the kingdom that's motivating you, run faster. Either way, you still gotta run. All right, as Paul said, run that you may win. Don't run for third place. Don't run for second place. Run for first place. All right, because in this race, we're all running, but we're not racing against each other. I'm racing against myself. You racing against yourself. You racing against yourself. All right. You gotta beat them demons. You gotta beat your old self. All right, because we've all been given a different portion in the spirit. You can't say, "Oh, I'm gonna try to race with this." Don't compare yourself there. Compare yourself to yourself. How about that? If yesterday's you or the you from 2 years ago can beat you in a race, in a spiritual race today, then you doing something wrong. All right, you doing something wrong. Hey, shalom. Okay, if the you from 2 years ago can beat the you from today, then you are doing something wrong, and you finna lose that race. Okay, you should never let the you from the past be able to beat the present you, because that shows what's the word I'm looking for? Complacency. Okay, or it shows regression, and you should always be progressing. Okay, you should not be regressing, and you should not be complacent. You should always be progressing. Okay, I'm telling you, those demons are waiting. They're waiting for the first individual to stop going forward, and they're right behind you, man. If you turn around, they're right behind you, man. Red eyes and all, big eyes, long teeth, big fat. They coming. So if you stop running, that you know what I'm saying, them demons are coming for you, man. So make sure you're continuously running, as Paul said, man. Run that you may obtain. All right, run to win the race. Okay, and by that I mean given diligence to make your calling and election sure. All right. Let me actually get a couple of these precepts. All right, this is a GMS Kingdom Minded Ba, Isaiah 34:17. It says, "And he hath cast the lot for them, and his hand hath divided it unto them by line, that they shall possess it forever, from generation to generation shall they dwell therein." Exactly. See, so it's been measured and divided by line, so everybody has a different amount. You know what I'm saying? A different portion. Okay, that's why it's not like, look, man, it's not like the Lord is looking for individual improvement. You know, your improvement isn't based on the next brother. Your improvement is based on yourself. The Lord is looking at your record. He's not comparing your record with the next brother's record. The next brother got to do his own thing. You know, he gotta try to better himself. You know, he's looking at the past him, and he's saying, okay, well, what do I need to work on? You know, all right, how can I improve? So he's doing his thing. Oh damn, he's improving shit. No, you gotta look at yourself, because the Lord's he's gonna judge you based on what you've done. All right, you ain't gonna gain salvation by throwing somebody into the mud. Wait, hold up, you talking about me? Look at this guy. He was doing this. The Lord Most High. What? Did I ask about him? You know, we're dealing with you. Okay, we're dealing with your ass, man. So, actually, let me see. There's a precept here. Yeah, I think this is it. Yep. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24. It says, "Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run that ye may obtain." Okay, it says, "Now, and every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible." See, look, man, look at some of these athletes, and look at how hard they work for a corruptible crown, right? These athletes abstain, you know, from sexual activity, you know, to build up that testosterone. They abstain from junk food. They discipline themselves to whatever extent they have to in order to obtain that corruptible crown. So if they're willing to go that hard for a corruptible crown, all right, how much more for us who are fighting for an incorruptible crown, who are fighting for salvation? You gotta be able to discipline. You gotta be able to discipline yourself, man. Okay, so it says, verse 26, "I therefore so run." not as uncertainly. Don't be in this, I'm just here, I'm just here, I'm just going through the motions. No, don't run uncertainly, all right? It says, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air, because you're wasting your energy and you're wasting your time, okay? It says, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. You see that? So, as while we're running, you want to also make sure you're being disciplined and you're working on yourself. All right, you're constantly checking yourself, whether you be in the faith, because you could bring in tons of fruit, but how is that going to benefit you if you're not there at the end? If you're the guy on the sideline, motivated, hey, yo, yeah, you got this, yeah, cross that finish line. Guess what? They're going to be across the finish line, but where are you going to be? You know? And the Lord is bringing salvation to those that cross the finish line. Oh, Lord, I was cheering them on. Okay, are you across the finish line? That's the question. So, like Paul said, you don't want to have, after having done all this, okay, you be a castaway. No. All right, you have to finish the race. We exhort each other, but we also got to exhort ourselves to make sure we finish the race. I can't come out here and just and teach and preach and not practice what I preach. What's the point? If I'm teaching you something beneficial, why would I not take my own advice? If I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying, don't do this or do this, and I'm giving you, this is what the scriptures say, do this, da-da-da, get into this spirit, and that's benefiting you and you're growing from that, why would I not take that same advice? If I'm giving you advice for success, why would I not practice the same advice? What's the point? What's going to happen? You're going to be successful, but then the person who gave you the successful advice is going to be a failure. You got to use it, man. You got to use it. All right. So I'll get a couple of precepts from the comment boards and we'll wrap it up. Yep, this is let's see, damn. This is GMS Kingdom Minded by Galatians 6:4. It says, but let every man prove his own work. See? And then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone and not in another. All right? It says, for every man shall bear his own burden. Okay? Everybody's going to bear their own burden, man. You're going to have to carry your own cross. You're going to have to run your own race, man. Seek ye your own salvation with fear and with trembling. Okay? Yep, Jeremiah, ambassador of Yahweh, Jeremiah 3:15, and I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and with understanding. Khan, that's right. Yep, and guess what? If you feeding them, but you're not eating, here it is. I'm going to prepare for you. What kind of dumbass chef would I be if I'm preparing for you? You know, the vegetables, the healthy meals, putting this here and putting this there and putting this there. And then you're eating it, you're getting stronger, but I'm going to turn around and go to McDonald's and get a freaking Big Mac with a McFlurry, and then that's what I'm going to be eating. Really? 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 You eating some garbage GMOs. You're feeding the good food to the sheep. That's good. But what part of the good food didn't you understand that now you eat them? Hey, man. So if you a pastor that the Lord has set up to feed his sheep, you got to, you know what I'm saying, you got to eat that good food as well. All right. Yep. GMS Kingdom Minded Boss, 2 Ezra 7:57 to 58. It says, then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle, which man that is born upon the earth shall fight, that if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. That's how it is, man. You either win it all or you lose it all. All right, that's the condition of the battle. Okay. Yep, this is Yahweh the Maccabees 144. 1 Peter 1:5. Who are kept by the power of the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, through faith unto salvation, ready to be revealed in the last time. Okay. And that's where we at, man. So we are close, and that means a lot of things. But for you, that should mean pushing harder and heading for that deliverance, man, crossing that finish line. When you see the finish line, you run faster. You don't slow down. You run faster. See, everybody's trying to. We all see the finish line. We're all sprinting, you know. So you gotta push it, man. Okay, so I'm gonna end it here. All right, Lord willing, this was edifying unto the elect. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Barakatham to all you sincere listeners. And in closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakah Kudash. Until next time, Shalom.